there was a grove of trees, and Jesus walks out of the grove of trees. And I have no idea what kind of trees they were. But he walks out and he comes up to me. Well, as he comes up to me, my brothers disappear. I have no idea where they went, but I wasn't looking. I was Jesus standing there, and it was like, that's all I wanted to see. And he said that he loved me, not to be afraid. He'd always be with me. Well, that was my first clue that I was coming back, but it went right over my head. So he walks with me to this beautiful wooded glen, and there was a log that was laying down on the ground. And as he walked me over to it, I sat down on the log, and he walks away, and there's this man sitting on the log, and he's kind of doodling. He has a stick, and he's just doodling in the dirt, and we started talking. And then he said, what would you do if it was just me and you? I was like, what? And he said, and I knew this man was God. And he said, what would you do if it was just me and you? I still didn't get it. I had no clue what he was talking about at all. And so he said, well, come with me. So we get up and we walk further into the wooded area, and there was a clearing. And it was kind of like he waved his hand, and it was like unzipping the sky. And I could see the vastness of the universe. I saw the spinning planets and the sparkling stars and the rainbow colored gases. And I thought, but there was no people. There were no houses, no cars, no trees or flowers or birds or nothing. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is huge. This is just huge. And I looked at God and I said, no, I don't think so. Because if it's all of this and just me and you would be tired of me after the first 10 minutes with all my questions and my chatter. And he threw his head back and he laughed, and his laugh was so infectious that I started laughing too. It was like, no, that was really a stupid thing to say. Who tells God no? His laugh was so beautiful. And then I guess he figured I just totally didn't understand anything that was happening. So we went back and we sat back on the log, and he asked me again, what would you do if it was just me and you? No parents, no children, no husband, no friends, no nothing, just me and you. And I said, God is everywhere, God is nowhere, and God is in me. He said, yeah, that's right. And he was like, and so I started thinking, I don't know if he put these thoughts in my head or if I was thinking myself, but there was this tree that was in front of me, and I could see the detail of the bark, and I could see clearly the little moving things and the veins and the leaves, and I could see the roots beneath the ground and how they pulled the nutrients from the ground. Then that goes into the leaves, and the leaves clean the air, and we breathe the air, so everything is connected to everything else. And that was so important, that we are all connected. Everything is connected. So I told him, I said, God, you made this tree. You are in this tree, so when I see this tree, I see you. He said, yeah, that's right. And I thought, oh my goodness. Well, I started thinking about my mom and my dad. And I said, God, you made my parents. You are in my parents, so when I see my parents, I see you. He said, yeah. And? Well, then I started thinking about people who had hurt me deeply, who had been cruel. And I said to God, I said, God, you made these people. You are in these people, so when I see these people, I see you. And he said, that's right. He said, now, I also said that about my children. I thought about my children, and I said, God, you made my children. You are in my children. When I see my children, I see you. Well, then he said, well, I have a question for you. I said, okay. He said, when you look in the mirror, what do you see? Well, my normal answer would have been something like, not much, just me. And, but that's not something you say to God. You know, the creator of everything that ever is or ever was. You don't say that to him. So I said, God, you made me, you're in me, so when I look in the mirror, I see you. And he said, yeah, that's right. And that was so huge in my heart and in my mind. And then he was letting me know that no matter what people in my life had said to me and made me believe about myself, he loved me for who I am. And he said he doesn't make junk. He doesn't make mistakes. And that I was intricately important to everything that he created. And that beauty comes from within. It's not the physical. It has nothing to do with this physical body. What it has to do with is in the heart and in the soul. And that's what he sees. He sees that perfection of that soul that he created, not what this life does to us or makes us feel or whatever. It's he loves us so much. And